How to Eat to Live, Book 2, by the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Chapter 32, Know Truth About Flesh of the Swine. I told you how Allah taught me the birth of the swine, and for the purpose for making this animal only was for the whites. Because of their being a grafted race, they were made weaker physically through the man from whom they came, the black man. Since the body of the grafted is weaker than the original body, it would be easier for them to attract germs than the original man. You should not argue with me about this, because all of the diseases that trouble us today, from social disease to cancer, came from the white race, one way or another. Do not tell me about 400 or 500 years, or 1,000 years. I am referring to this people's entire historical scope. They have had 6,000 years to mix and poison our people. Some of you are foolish enough to accept all the blame, but God clears you of it. This refers to those who love the devils so well they would like to dispute God about them. I am teaching only you the truth. Take it or leave it. They are too wise to dispute the truth. Read the story in the Bible where Jesus met a man who was possessed of evil spirits. When the evil spirits recognized Jesus to be from God, knowing they would have no chance to contend with him over their presence in the man where they did not belong, they pleaded with Jesus to let them go into the swine, and Jesus agreed. The man who was possessed of evil spirits was none other than the American so-called Negroes. The evil spirits in them are from the white race, making them eat the divinely prohibited flesh of the swine. The devils were allowed to go into the swine. They ran down a steep place into a lake or sea and perished. Here, the picture changes. The meaning changes a bit. The hog was made for the white race for medical purposes, not even for them to eat it. But they could eat it if they wanted to, since they were created to be destroyed. They used this hog in much of their medical preparation, even to the German 606, 606 poison germs. Allah taught me that one of these germs came from the swine. However, the white man will advise you to eat it. He would have you think the swine is cleaner now than he was in Jesus' time. But wouldn't God know, 4,000 years from Moses, if this swine would be clear of poison? You admit God is a foreknower. The whole story was twisted around. They want you to think God did not know about this process of the devils leaving the man and entering the swine until after it happened. Actually, God knew it was going to happen before it took place. Using deceit, they have succeeded in getting you to eat the swine as food, though it was made to produce a poisonous germ for medical purposes in curing the diseases of the white race. This is how he makes you to break all of the commandments of God, because he is God's enemy and yours and mine. He has you breaking the divine law. We did this because we saw him doing it, and at that time had no teacher of our own. These are the tricks of your hidden enemies and their own concocted religion called Christianity, which is deceiving and leading you to your doom with them. I am your brother, and Allah has revealed to me the truth for your salvation. Jesus also prophesied that the truth would free you. That is, if you accept the truth. The thing you must understand in this parable of Jesus is that actually the visible swine could not have gone crazy and choked in the sea or lake because of the spirit of the devil was sent in them, in the meaning that Jesus wants you to understand. The swine that was choked to death in the sea after the spirit of the devil was taken out of the man, the believers among the so-called American Negroes, and the swine that ran into the lake and perished is the disbelievers among the so-called Negroes who refuse to accept the truth. They will be cast alive in a lake of fire with the devils. As you have in the Bible, Lucifer's, Yaqub's fall also represents the fall of his race. The lake or sea in which they choked and perished is the same lake mentioned in the Revelations of John, that all that had the mark of the beast, the representatives of the beast, and the false prophets, priests, and preachers of Christianity, referred to as being cast alive in a lake of fire. I hope you understand. What I am trying to get over is that you who reject Allah and his true religion, entire submission to his will, as the Arabs call it, Islam, will perish in the lake of fire with this race of adversaries of Allah and his true religion, to which they refuse to submit. Now they are trying to woo you into sharing hellfire with them, though they know that you have a chance to go to heaven while they do not. I cannot force you to halt your downhill plunge with them into the lake of fire. I only have been missioned to warn you in the simplest language. I cannot force you to go to hell or heaven. Your sweethearting and wanting to marry them is like a frog trying to court a rattlesnake. The rattlesnake gives the frog freedom to do so because he intends to swallow the frog. Taking the death-dealing pill and the knife to destroy your future generations are examples. Socializing with them is no sign of justice, but a sign that they have deceived you into going to hell with them. Take it or leave it. Purchase the books, CDs, and DVDs of the life-giving teachings at store.finalcall.com. Listen to the messages of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan 24/7 at finalcallradio.com. Watch the Nation of Islam's weekly and live broadcasts at NOI.org.